Welcome to the Rebel Rattle. We have a packed show today as we get you ready for tonight's home battle with the Biggersville Lions. Later, we have more on the boys' game with senior Isaiah Mullins and Evan Hill, plus a special presentation by our Little Rebels. Tonight's a big night. We have the final night of Little Rebel basketball and the ceremony recognizing the 1999-2000 Lady Rebels North Half Championship. But in the midst of all of that, the Thrasher Lady Rebels will face the Biggersville Lady Lions in a battle of not only the 1 and 2 teams in Division 1-1A, but the 1 and 3 teams in all of Mississippi Class 1A. Today on the Rebel Rattle, we are joined by 3 Lady Rebels that I have dubbed the Big Three. Freshman Olivia Tunstall has been named a Capital Sports top performer twice this season and was named to the All-Prentice County team. Junior Valeria Hester also has a top performer and an all-county nod under her belt. And junior Brooklyn Roberts has these 3 accomplishments plus 2 nominations for Daily Journal Female Athlete of the Week. And last week was named to the Mississippi Association of Coaches All-Star Game. Together, these 3 have helped lead the Lady Rebels to a 20-2 record and the number 3 ranking. Welcome back, you two, and welcome, Olivia. So, first of all, the team suffered its second loss of the season on Saturday night to the brand new number 1 in 3A, Boonville. Many basketball coaches, myself included, have always believed that a close win, or in many cases a loss to a really good team, can help good teams down the stretch. Talk to us a little bit about Saturday's game and what you think you can take from that game going forward into the final couple of weeks and into the postseason.
Saturday was a really tough loss, but we played really hard, and I just think it was a great opportunity seeing a team as good as that, just to play against them and see where we're at. And I just feel like we can learn a lot from that, especially with the pressure on defense, and it'll just make it easier for tougher games down the road.
Yeah, I think, that was one of the better teams that we have played. And I think tonight we will take some of what we learned from that game, like them them taking the ball out of the net and running in transition. Like, I think that really helped us, like, just getting down the court and stuff. So I feel like we'll take that into the game tonight for sure.
All right. Tonight in the dungeon, you guys have a top 3 battle in a rematch with the Biggersville Lady Lions. In December, they beat you guys by 8 at their place. Tell us a little bit about their team, what makes them so tough, and what players are important to kind of control for us to have success.
That's another one of the better teams that we play this season, and I think just tonight, I think we are ready to play them again and just have that matchup. And I think all their players are really good, so there's not one main person to just set our minds on to control, because we need to control all of them. And their defense is really tough, so we're just working around that and learning how to score off that will be one of our main things tonight too.
And I also think being able to control the ball, letting us control the tempo of the game, and rebounding is a really big part of it too. Like second chance shots, we need to cut those to as little as possible in order to control it the way we want it controlled.
Their whole team, they know how to work together on offense, and they play good defense, because most teams can't even play man-to-man. So, and their man is good. They know how to press and do all that, so they work together as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, enough about them. Let's talk about us. What are the keys for the Lady Rebels to pull out a win tonight and to show everybody that there are not 1 but 2 teams on the side of Highway 45 North that should be viewed as favorites for the 1A state championship?
I feel like tonight we'll just have to work hard, play good on defense and offense. We'll have to rebound and be able to make shots tonight.
Yeah, I think rebounding is a key tonight, just not having so many second chance points, like she said, just cutting that down to a minimum. Because when you go back and watch film from their place, like there was some times where they just kept getting the rebound and we just weren't boxing out.
Right.
So that's one of the things, and just making shots and just playing defense.
And another thing I would add on to that is playing the whole 32 minutes, not going about 4 minutes that we're just dead, because that turns into a huge lead. Because at their place, we got down by a lot and then had to end up bringing it back with about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and it just wasn't enough to bring home a win.
Now, this season, I think we've actually learned to play a lot more of the 32 minutes because last year we would just lay down for 2 quarters and then just want to bring it back, but it'd be too late. So this season, I think we've learned to just try to play more of the game than just laying it down.
All right. Well, tonight they come to our house. Tonight they come to the dungeon and have to deal with the Thrasher crowd, and we want that to be a huge crowd. So come out tonight. The girls tip at 6 o'clock, and I promise you it will not be a game that'll be boring by any stretch of the imagination. So come out and see these ladies, and go Lady Rebels. All right. Welcome back to the Rebel Rattle. Everybody is focused on the girls' game tonight, number 1 versus number 3, but we are joined by 2 Rebels, Isaiah Mullins and Evan Hill, 2 of our seniors, to remind everyone there is a boys' battle in the Death Valley Dungeon tonight. In December, you guys dropped a tough one on the road up at Biggersville. What did they do that made them so tough that day? What made them so successful?
They out-rebounded us. They played harder on defense. They actually worked as a team. Didn't argue.
I mean, yeah, they came out with intensity. They weren't, scared to play. They were ready to go. They had the crowd screaming. I mean, they were rebounding. Like, everything was just...
Yeah.
Well, now you guys talk about their crowd. Now, I think probably the best crowd we've had maybe all year was the night you guys almost knocked off ball and here took them to overtime, the number 1 team in 1A. How big a deal will our crowd be tonight for you guys?
I think it'll be, really big. The crowd, brings, a feeling to the gym when everybody's playing. It kind of helps tilt the way of the game. Like, the noise, the feeling, all of it.
All right, you guys are still kind of jockeying for position in the district tournament. A week out here, the last week of district. These week's games are starting with tonight are crucial. What are some keys to beating the Lions tonight, but also starting some momentum that's going to carry us throughout the rest of this season and into the postseason?
I feel like keys to beating them, because they're pretty good, is going to be coming out ready to play. Like, I feel like last game we didn't come out with enough energy, I feel like we weren't ready to go. But this time, I feel like we're going to come out with intensity, be ready to play as a team and not as just individual players.
We're going to rebound more than we did last game.
Going to rebound, going to shoot better because when we were over there, we weren't shooting right, we weren't doing much right. But we're ready tonight because we know that these last 2 weeks, the end of the season, we got to come ready to play instead of not be ready.
All right. Well, I think the one thing that I get out of this is let's have a big crowd and let's give Biggersville as much as we want to give them. All right. So don't forget that the games tonight girls start at 6. The boys will play after. A lot of things going on in the dungeon tonight. I can't imagine anywhere else anybody would want to be if they're a Thrasher Rebel fan. All right. So thank you, Isaiah and Evan, and go Rebels. All right.